Look at these two bags. I mean, the new one looks like if you put the old one in a washing machine with some bleach. Like, that's just poor quality for the... They have some Filson 256 briefcases. One I just got for Christmas, December of 2024. It's from Filson.com. It retailed for around $495. Shipping and handling and taxes, a bit more than that. And this one I got this week in January, first week in January. I got this on eBay for $220, and the shipping, I think it was like $20 shipping on the $250 all set. And this Filson 256 is from 2016 production, 2016. And this one is 2024 production. These are, as you see, the same otter green color with some key differences in the color tone there. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Filson has made some changes to this bag in 2024. The keychain holder is no longer in the front pocket. There's no keychain holder in there anymore. The internal pen and business card pocket row that was in the back panel here is just bare. There's nothing in there. There's no interior micro pockets. It's just the three big pockets, a big one in the middle and the two ones in the end. And then you do have the back pocket that I like for a cell phone. You can slip a cell phone in there. The older style Filson, and I have done videos on my channel comparing the quality over the years, not years, but decades, because Filson has been around for such a long time. You could talk about their products in terms of decades if you want to talk about the progress of the design quality and the design appearance of these bags, which is unusual. You can't really do that for other products in 2025, where you can look at bags across decades. I have one in my closet behind me from 2000. That's 25 years ago. What other brand could you do that with? So that's a testament to Filson being a good quality brand that has changed over the years. And these two bags will show you how they have changed. So these are two Otter green bags. As you see, the color palette of these bags is slightly different. This one is more grayed out, more faded, and this one is richer. This is the original Otter green color from whenever Filson started making Otter green. This was the color you got 20, 30, 40 years ago for this briefcase. And this is what Filson's giving you now. And this is my biggest disappointment in this bag and why I'm doing this video. Like, look at these two bags. I mean, the new one looks like if you put the old one in a washing machine with some bleach. Like, that's just poor quality for the color Otter green color. As well as Filson deleting some things from this bag that I loved, the keychain holder being one. I never used the business card pocket. I will admit that. I know some people like, oh, we need that. Something I never used in like 25 years of wearing these bags. I never put a pen in those pen pockets or a business card. I used to have an old flip phone that I had in these bags. I just aged myself great. One thing I do like about the new bag, it is lighter. It feels light. I know mentally it has that feeling of being lighter. Even though these two bags probably technically don't weigh that much difference. But this one feels lighter. It feels more easy to carry. Last year I did a video, 2 years ago I did a video on my Otter green color that I got from 2022, I think. And that bag was really low quality, it was floppy. This bag brings back that firm canvas material here. Also, the stitching is really nice in this bag. It's not poor quality stitching. The stitching is good. It still says made in the USA. Filson no longer put the date on the paper tags. So I don't know of the production date in this, but I knew I bought this on Filson.com a few weeks ago for Christmas. So I know it's fairly recent, and I know it's actually a 2024 model bag because of those things that Filson deleted from the bag. And like I said, my biggest disappointment is besides the quality of the color palette is the price. You know, you lose the extras, but the price stays high. And this one would have been about $325 in 2016, $325, and I got this for $225, and it's in such good condition. If I saw both of these bags in a Filson store, I won't tell that one is 10 years old and used and one is brand new. They both look like they're brand new bags if you saw them in a store shelf. I prefer the more richer, darker shade of green instead of this grayed out. It's like a green-gray color. I don't like that palette, and that's primarily why I decided to do this video, because if you don't see it, you won't believe it. Like, these are two of the same color bags, but one is a richer green color. This one is more, you know, like a Temu color. If Temu sold Filson briefcases. This is the Timo version of the original briefcase. So I'll start with showing you a close-up of what I mean. The interior pockets are all gone inside this bag. I never use those pockets, so it makes for a lighter bag, which I find more practical, because if you're not going to use something, get rid of it to add another benefit of lightweight. I think is a plus for me. This is the interior pockets, and everything's waxed in these pockets. So anything electronic or paper you put in these pockets, they are going to stay dry, because the pocket does have, the pockets here are waxed treated, so it is waterproofed extra in addition to the outer kind of waterproofness that this bag offers. The older bag also had the keychain holder, which I use a lot because I drive crazy. So if my briefcase is on the front seat next to me and it falls off, whatever falls out of the front pocket, at least I know my keys are going to be still connected with this. This does not have that keychain holder. It's just an empty pocket there. Like I said, it does make for a lighter bag. The leather quality on the new one is not bad, but it reminds me of a purse. And if you go to, like, say, a department store now and you pick up like a leather purse, this is what this feels like. It's nice, it's soft, it's clean. There's no wrinkles in the leather. It's very synthetic looking. Even though it is real leather, it's so smooth. It smells good. It feels good. But I know this is not going to last. It's not going to last. Look at that. It's not going to last too long. It looks good now, but I don't see this lasting like 10 years down the line and looking like this leather. This is 10 years old, almost 10 years old. And look at this leather. It bends like that. It doesn't fold like a piece of paper. Like this folds like paper. Like, look at that. It folds like a piece of paper. It's proper bridal leather. It doesn't fold. This leather is not pretty. It is very rugged. It does have, little folds in there from the previous owner that used it, but it doesn't look pretty. It does look kind of like wrinkly. It's more organic looking leather. Like, it's rugged. It's outdoorsy, not like purse material leather. Like, this is purse material leather. This is like Filson leather. You can see the difference there. And I know it looks good now, but I know if I keep this bag longer than a year, 2-3 years, it's not going to look as good anymore. And then the syntheticness of this leather, or the low quality of this leather, I can't confirm the quality, but I could feel that it's not going to look like this after 10 years. And this is pretty good. Other than that, the stitching is good on both these bags, but it is always going to be superior on the original older Filson bag with the piping. This piping is water treated. It's kind of waxy to the touch, and that's prevent water from getting into the seam. And something Filson has done for years, and it's why I come back to these briefcases. I live in the Northeast. We get snow in the winter, rain in the fall and spring, and rain in the summer as well. So we get like 4 seasons of like precipitation. That's why I come back to these Filson briefcases. This one is just a fabric. It's not wax sealed. It's not wax treated. It's not waxy. It's just a regular softer canvas fabric. So it's not protecting the seam from being from water getting in. I don't know if there's something inside of that extra that Filson would do. I hope they would, because this bag is not cheap. $495 for a canvas cotton briefcase. It's not cheap. Button snaps and leather, the hardware is good on the new one. Filson doesn't really do bad on that. The flap tag, I've noticed it changed. It's now gold or yellow gold and black. Back in the days, it used to be white and black, and then it was like an off-white with red print. Filson also has this in the tan color, but they moved the patch from here to out here, and it looks ridiculous. I'm gonna put a picture right there. It's the silliest thing Filson could do. The beauty of these bags, they're not like covered in branding, but to put the branding from inside the flap to like a big square patch here that says, "I'm a Filson briefcase," it's ridiculous. And it just shows you the direction Filson is heading into. It's like, look at me, I'm a Filson briefcase, but these older briefcases were just, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you see the shape of it, you see the quality, and you're like, yeah, that's something that guy paid $495 for, in the quality of how it looked, not because it had a big, like a Gucci Louis Vuitton tag right there. And that's the beauty of these bags. I mean, they're understated. It's what they call quiet luxury. But to put a big Filson, I'm a Filson briefcase tag is quite silly. This older bag is still firm. Like I said, this looks brand new. I don't think the previous owner used this much, or they kept it in really good care. It still has the original factory fold down there, like nothing was ever put in the bag. So I'm going to return this. I'm going to get my $500 back. And don't get me wrong, this is still a good quality bag. Like if I'm 22, 19, 20 out of high school, out of college, and I just want a briefcase for my first job on Wall Street or in an urban kind of office setting, this is the perfect briefcase. Compared to everything else out there from Samsonite to, I guess, Steve Madden makes briefcases, and even what Coach is putting out. Like this is the ideal man's briefcase in 2025. Even though it is a hefty price tag, it should last a long time, if anything. But you also always have the option to go on eBay or online and get the older used ones for a fraction of the price. And these things last a long time. So even if these are like 10, 20 years old, you're not going to get a beat up bag. You get a nicely aged bag that's very much usable. And that's it. That's my review. I was trying to keep this short for you guys of the Filson 256 briefcase in the otter green color. I did a video a couple years ago with the tan colored briefcases. This one is the otter green color and how it has changed over a decade or two. I don't like this green. It's a grayed out version of the original otter green, but this is just a beautiful color, beautiful green bag compared to this washed out thing.
Alright, so I'm looking around.